How about what happens when black and white sitcoms marry? An interracial marriage of black and white sitcoms.
This is genuinely
you, Kevin.
I had a couple bowls and I'm like, hey, here's one.
That's actually called.
Hit the music, Kevin.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's no music.
There's no. Yeah, but what's your segment title? Do you have one?
Interracial sitcom marriages.
There we go.
Okay,
Perfect.
cool. So obviously Kramer is out. Let me think.
Welcome to Oops All Segments, the very best podcast hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I'm Kevin.
I'm Thomas, and today we are here with the first jock of the podcast, Ray Strachan. Every other guest has been a nerd, but finally we got a jock on here. What's up, Ray?
That's awesome. You're gonna be surprised during this episode. It's like first line from Thomas's mouth. I've never been referred to as a jock in my life, so thank you, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is relative. Like, as long as you could beat us up, steal our backpacks, things like that, then
take
you're
our
a jock.
lunch money. Yeah, it's just a whole.
You know I wouldn't. That's a bunch of bullshit. You know I wouldn't.
No, Ray is a close friend, actor, and podcast host as well. And amazing.
The reason I mentioned Jockington is that Ray has a sports podcast with his friend Benny, where they talk sports.
We do talk a lot of sports. Talk a lot of Winnipeg sports. You know, stuff that we love. So
yeah. Do you guys get as focused as like locally? Like, do you focus on like a local high school team or anything, or no?
No, it doesn't. We don't do too many amateur sports. Like, we try and stay informed on what's going on, and we give shout outs to local amateur athletes that do great. But most of the podcast is focused on Blue Bomber and Winnipeg Jet talk, and then we do some NFL, CFL, a little bit of NBA, but we're kind of falling out of love with basketball.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. How are the teams doing?
How are the teams doing? Winnipeg's going crazy. They're going to the playoffs. And they're going to host a playoff game, and they're going to have a whiteout party, which apparently scratches some people the wrong way. I have no idea why. You know, it's going to upset some people. I don't give a fuck, whatever. But, and the Bombers are going to try and win another championship this year. So on the Winnipeg sports scene, it's pretty good. We got a basketball team.
That's right.
Really?
I heard about that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So it's not the Thunder or whatever from back in the day, but it's a new team, and hopefully it'll last longer. And we got soccer, so Winnipeg's thriving.
Yeah.
That's great.
Still kicking. Yeah.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
No. But normally we like to do a check-in, so we kind of checked in on what your show is. But Ray, how are you doing? How's your life? What's up with Ray?
Ray's good, man. You know, working in Canadian theater. It's always kind of up and down, but Winnipeg film kind of fills the void as well. So I'm good. I'm happy making Hallmark movies, seeing 1,000 Santas on set. It's all good.
Yeah. It's been lately. My like Reddit feed was like filled with like, what's going on downtown? What's with all these Santa Clauses? It's like, all right, like
people were actually literally getting upset about it. It's like, I'm getting all cranky about a bunch of Santas. It's like, be happy, fuck.
So are they just mad when a big group of anyone gets together? The whiteout, the Santas. Like, if there's a group, I'm angry.
Exactly. Why are you congregating? Why are you socializing?
I don't trust big groups of people. Mob mentality, man.
Yeah. Stay in the burbs, Winnipeg. Stay in the burbs.
Isn't there like a famous like Santa thing where people go and get like fucking wasted and dress up as? Isn't that like a thing in like New York or something? There's like a city where, or maybe it's L.A. where like it's like SantaCon, I think is what it's called, and everybody dresses like Santa Claus and they go to these things and they get smashed, and they like and like the people who live in those areas fucking hate it because it's like. It's like a drunken Mardi Gras for like one night with just a bunch of dudes in Santa outfits. But maybe I've made that. It's a dream I had, a nightmare I had around Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare I have. A bunch of old white dudes going drunk running the town. Fuck that noise, man. For sure, that's a nightmare.
The Purge, but they all wear Santa Claus masks. Like
every single one of them. It's just Tim Allen from the Santa Claus.
As your
Thomas,
mayor promised, a chicken in every pot, 2 Santas in every garage. Let's spread the love.
2 Santas in every garage. How are you, T-Bone?
I'm very busy because I'm hashtag booked and blessed. I am doing 2 shows right now. New shows. One is called Drunk Debates that opened the day before this comes out. And then the other one's called Spider Ben, which I teased earlier but wasn't allowed to talk about yet. Now I am.
I almost spilled the beans of on air. And
yeah,
then
it happens. I'm playing Peter Parker if he didn't have any powers, and instead his drunken Uncle Ben got bit by the radioactive spider. And it's a fun parody show with The Annoyance. That's opening on the 29th of April, so this upcoming Saturday.
Oh, that's fun.
4 weeks at 8 p.m. But I am
they never
very
really zone
tired.
In the Spider-Man lore is that Uncle Ben is drunk all the time.
Yeah,
drunk
in the
Uncle
movies, he seems like quite a
was.
touching, inspirational figure. But actually, he's a drunken, abusive sort of piece of shit.
Oh, he's like a bad person as well. That's
he's like bad Santa,
signs.
actually, to connect it back. Like, imagine Billy Bob
also,
playing
Ray,
Uncle Ben.
I don't know if this is the angle or if that is truly a massive bottle of Corona.
That's
but it
a
might
40
just be
of Corona, I think.
It's a big one.
Regular. Oh, it is a big one. Oh, wow, that is big.
Sure,
it's big.
For sure. They're like, y'all got this much amount of time to finish this podcast. Once this is empty, you're done. This is it.
He's
man.
leaving.
Hell
Ray does
yeah.
one Corona and that's it.
When we hit record, Ray said, "Let me flip over my hourglass," and then he took a big swig of Corona.
Absolutely. That's how I measure time every time. That's how I measure time.
That's one way to do it, man. It'll work.
Bet, man. You bet.
It's Saturday. It's fine.
Those are a good deal. I like them, but there's something so funny about just a big bottle. Like, it always makes me laugh because it looks like the little one, but it's just like in the Mario level where all the Koopas are gigantic.
Totally. Oh,
how will we ever take this down?
I can't drink little Coronas no more. It just doesn't feel right in my hands. It's
they feel like airplane bottles now.
Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Another just hilarious beer thing is Bud Heavy. That just always makes me laugh. That's such a funny name.
Bud Heavy
instead of Bud Light.
Yeah, there's Bud Light. There's Bud Heavy.
Are you opening a can of worms with this Bud Light bullshit now?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, you're living in that land, eh?
I hate it when advertising is targeted to people that
I can't remember if I'm mad at them right now or not because they were gay, but now they're like they've sort of like renounced their gayness. Yeah, I think now they're just beer now. They were gay for a bit, but
because they had those cans, right? They were like pronoun focused. Oh man.
Yeah.
Kevin, how are you?
How am I? I'm doing just fine, man. You know what? Follow-up news to something that aired 2 weeks ago. So firstly, my mother did listen to the episode that came out the week that we were recording this, and she was like upset that I didn't tell her that I had a hernia. So sorry, Mom.
Right. How is your hernia?
Well, this is the
Ray
thing. I went to the
know.
doctor. Yeah, so I had a hernia. I thought I had a hernia, but I went to the doctor, and he was like, he checked me out, and he was like, it was almost like, yeah, you're probably right when we were talking about it. And then when he started feeling around my abdomen, he was like, no, I think what you've done is you've like severely strained one of your ab muscles. So I have like along the side of my abdomen, there's like one of these muscles here, like everybody else has. And mine, I just strained it, I don't know, doing something stupid at work. So I just have to take it easy and it's fine. The good news is I don't need surgery. So I'm like, oh, fuck. That's great. But the thing is, I came out here and I was like, I have a hernia. I'm old. This, that, and the other. So I'm feeling young. I'm feeling spry. I'm feeling.
Like this changed everything. You used to be an abdoman. Now you're an abda little boy.
Oh.
And the Corona raises into the frame.
Look at this big swing. Oh yeah.
The angle is so good. It feels like I'm in like.
I will
What's that
say,
movie where you like go in through the birth canal at the end?
Oh man, you're in what the fuck is that called? Yeah, I know what you mean. Anyway, Ray, you're the first. Kudos to you for being the first guest to like show up with the same energy that I do, which is like halfway through pleasant vices.
Man, I see what you do, so it's all good.
Thank you.
Yes.
T, do you think that we should do
it? Might be time for a warm-up segment. Get the juices flowing into our brain regions.
Here comes
that wheel.
Juicer. Oh, it's the theme song. Shit. Hold on.
We're keeping that, right? You can't edit that.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to edit. We'll do it right now, though. It'll be like fun. And we'll go.
Wow, that sounds great. The theme song's back for some reason. Okay, so this segment is Come Fly With Me. Participants must recount a travel story, be it road, air, or otherwise.
Come fly with me. Road, air, or otherwise. A travel story.
Yeah.
Does anyone have like a first thing that's like, I gotta tell this specific travel story? I'm trying to rack my brain immediately. The first thing that I thought of was like a time when I was driving on a road trip and almost caused a severely fatal accident, but didn't.
Oh my God.
Might as well continue.
That was just me going. I just
no, that
badly.
one's not interesting. But does anyone have one? Yeah, I guess if you want me to go, I almost died. But Ray, do you have something?
Yeah, no, go ahead with that one, please.
No, I was just driving on the road. I was being young and confident. My friends were in the car. I was trying to pass when I shouldn't have, and it was just that was it. They just freaked out, rightfully so. And I didn't kill us. I got back in the lane, and then it was fine. But that's why I didn't tell it, because it was a short, brief story about a mistake that I made.
So wait, it was just a mistake? Like, what happened?
We were driving, and then it was like just one lane each way on the highway, and I went to go pass, and I thought I had time, and they were like, "You don't have time," and I was like, "I think I'll be fine." And then I went into the lane, and they were like, "Absolutely fucking correct," and I was like, "Holy shit, let's not fucking all four of us die now." So, yeah.
So I feel like I've always been like that. One lane either way passing thing, it does require a certain amount of like belief in yourself that I don't think I have. Yeah. Like it's very scary.
And the other person, you gotta believe that they're gonna maintain that same speed and not speed up and be an asshole.
Yeah, which people do, which is crazy, by the way. Fucking crazy thing to do. But yeah, people do that. But
people hate slowing down so much.
Especially on the highway.
Reason.
Yeah. It is so fucking funny if you... This is such a stoner thought, but if you like zoom out about cars and you realize that they're like tools very similar to like tractors, but they just like get us from place to place. And then you think about the fact that like everybody has one, and then you think about the fact that we all use them and like get mad at each other for like not using them the way that we want them to. It's fucking nuts. It's fucking like, they're just these death machines. I'm fucking...
that is a stoner thought. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the fact that at 16 you're allowed to have permission to drive this death machine by yourself. It's a little messed up. It's a little messed up when you look back at it. You know, because look at me.
No, I did understand. And I actually do have a story. But first, I must flag that the wind is in my back lane making those weird whistling sounds that you sometimes hear in the records, Kevin. So just so you're aware if that comes through. Sometimes like there's like a wind trap in the alley behind my place, which creates, I think, a good atmosphere for the podcast and shouldn't be ignored. But anyway, my
I won't
travel story is that I was on a bus. I have a lot of crazy bus encounters, but this one is my favorite. I was with my friend Zeph, maybe future guest on the pod.
Guest on the show.
And we were sitting together, and there was this guy across from us who looked like pretty out of it, like maybe on mushrooms or something. It was like he was stoned in like a pretty deep way, I think.
He had his own travel story going on.
Yeah, but he started talking to us, and he said, "Hey guys, what's up? My name's FT fucking Tyler." Which is still the best introduction I've ever heard. Like an incredible
fucking Tyler.
FT fucking Tyler. Then he continued to talk to us. He invited us to a party he was going to. We were like, no, thank you. And eventually he decided that he was going to leave the bus. And as he did, he walked away and he looked wistfully back at us. And like a couple of cans of Bud Light, he looked at us and he said, "Hey, they're gay." And then he got off the bus like he had finally figured it out, solved the riddle of what we were doing there. Those two guys are gay. And I've always remembered fucking Tyler. If you're out there somewhere, reach out.
Reach out.
Yeah, come on the show, Tyler.
That man, yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, he was an odd future Wolfgang Kill Them All, so he may have been Tyler the Creator.
Oh, I thought he was cousins with Steven Tyler.
That too.
Aerosmith,
Steven
is that
Tyler,
that
this is my cousin. Fucking.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Ray,
what about
do
you,
have a
Ray? You got
travel
any
story?
travel stories?
You know what? The one I can remember is the one that happened recently when I was in Toronto coming back to Winnipeg. And they have a train that goes from Union Station to the airport. Because I'm a cheap motherfucker. I do not like taking Uber or a cab to the airport. That's crazy.
It's expensive.
That's $115 from where I was. I was like,
super expensive.
Yeah, I was staying at Yonge Dundas Square in a condo back there. So you know what? I'm just gonna walk to Union Station and take this specialized train that goes from there to the airport.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah. And somehow this train is out of order. The train got stuck on the track. I'm waiting in this train. They don't tell me when I buy the ticket that this train line is fucked.
Just
so I'm
sold you a ticket to an
exactly.
train.
It's like, you're going to wait, but I won't tell you. So I'm sitting there waiting. I was like, this train is not moving. What's happening? I had to go to Twitter to find out what's going on. This train has been backed up for an hour now. So
Elon Musk was right, I guess.
Yeah, I don't like getting to the airport 3 hours beforehand. I get there an hour. That's enough time for a domestic flight. So that's my plan. So anyways, I'm not going to get there. I go downstairs, try to get an Uber, $85 to get there. I'm like, fuck. Send. Everyone starts running up back to the train. It's going to start moving. I'm like, okay, cancel. I go back up there. I sit there for another half an hour waiting for this train to move. So I miss my flight. It's on flare. No one is at this. They have no desk. They can't help you. No. It's like, can I get this flight? They're like, no, you can't get in and all this bullshit. So I had to stay in Toronto for another 8 hours overnight and wait for the next
horrible.
to Winnipeg. Yeah. But I got to hang out with a homie in Toronto, have some good ceviche on King Avenue, and then I went back to the airport. So
some nice ceviche. That's nothing wrong with that.
And then I just laid down on a couch at the Radisson or whatever they have there at the airport, and I got the concierge to say, hey, what are you doing here? Are you a little questioning about a black guy on a couch just lying there randomly. I'm just waiting for a flight, and they're like, yo, you gotta go. I'm like, all right. That's my story.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, that
sucks.
Fair. That's well, it's not fair, but that's fucking flare air, man.
That's flare is what you meant to say.
Yeah, that's flare.
Absolutely. I got home.
Spending the night at the airport. I've done it, I think, once, and it is
miserable. It's
one of the worst. Like, I feel like you don't recover for weeks, and they build it with like.
It like fucks your brain up for a while. Like,
well, it's like the subway. It's like basically just a place that is a public space. So like homeless people go there, but then they create the benches in such a way that they can't lie down comfortably. So
that
no
it isn't good for people who it isn't good for people who like need
it's just
to do
bad
that.
For everyone,
even the people they want
still,
there, even though they're like being fucked up to even do that. But it's I once when you were living in Los Angeles, Thomas, I was flying out to come see you, and I think the day that I flew out to come see you, I was incredibly hungover. I think my flight was really early in the morning, and I had been out DJing probably the night before, and I got into the airport.
You had half
Ray.
Of the beer that Ray is drinking now. And you were completely destroyed.
I swam in it. Yeah, I was in a
gigantic canteen of Corona.
The silo of Corona I was in. I went to the airport much earlier than the flight was scheduled. I'm somebody who really likes I like to get myself situated in an airport and find my gate pretty like early on. I really like airports. So I got to the airport. My flight was early too. It was like a 8 a.m. flight, and I think I got there at like 6:30. And I like fell asleep on like one of the benches uncomfortably for a while. Got on the plane, my head was just pounding so hard, and then I got this exit row, and I was like, oh my god, you get an exit row on a flight, you feel like you won the jackpot, and the plane starts to fill up, but nobody's sitting beside me. And like a lot of the rows behind me are empty, but nobody's sitting in my row. And I'm like, fuck yes, I get to fly to LA. Even though I'm hungover, I'll like rest. This will be brilliant. It'll be good. And then all of a sudden, the plane starts like literally like moving around me, and from the front of the plane, a fucking Tim Hortons kids camp starts rolling in from the back, from the front, and it's just the whole, like there's like 40 children, 2 of them are beside me, 2 of like the 3, like there's 3 all behind me, 1 kicks my seat the whole flight. They were so fucking loud. It was truly one of the worst flights I'd ever been on. I wanted to die.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's funny that all of our travel stories are just like, I fucking hated it. Like the travel stories
you
we
don't
have are
remember like, oh, I went to Italy and it was nice.
This
Like
magical experience that we had.
I waited on the tarmac like a coward.
Yeah.
Talk about waiting. I had a flight one time, and I timed it perfectly where I took some like mushroom chocolates before I arrived to the airport. And then it's
the end of the story is going to end up with you being on a bus and being Tyler, isn't it?
My name's FR fucking Ray.
It ended up me just waiting there because it started snowing when I arrived at the airport, and it delayed everything. So I'm sitting there on mushrooms, tripping up real good, and I'm sitting there having a beer and breakfast because I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I ended up making a fucking bunch of Instagram shorts of Star Wars music and the little things that carry luggage because I was so bored and tripped out of my mind.
That's amazing. I once, all of my stories are about me being hungover on planes, but I once, this is maybe my truly most horrific experience traveling, actually. I was in England pretty recently, all things considered, just pre-pandemic. I think it was 2019, around Christmas time. I went to surprise my mom who was living out there, and then I came. My family in England likes to throw big celebrations. I mean, it's the holidays, so people were doing that anyway. But on the last night that I was there, the day I was flying back, which I think was Boxing Day, like the evening of Boxing Day, my flight was at like 4:00 in the morning. And I was at my aunt's house, and they had this massive party, and I got incredibly intoxicated. They had like a karaoke machine, and they put on my music and made me perform, which was really embarrassing, and I only would have done if I was fucking tanked, and I did.
Awesome.
So I was so
anything that I was in.
I don't know if That's Funny showed up or
hold on, that not instrumental. You're rapping over yourself.
Well, like they put on my music video on the karaoke machine, so and they just like turned down the treble. It was terrible. Yeah. And so I went. I'm not going to bed before I get in the cab to get to the airport because the airport's about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes away. And so I go back to my mother's flat, and I'm absolutely shit-faced hammered. My mom is helping me get my stuff together, and the cab pulls up to take me, and I get in the cab, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna sleep now. I'm gonna sleep this whole cab ride through. But this motherfucker just wants to talk to me the whole time. And I'm too fucking drunk and maybe high, and I'm like stupidly not wanting to be impolite. So I'm just trying to be like, I'm trying to keep the conversation in the air. And sometimes this is mostly when I'm high, this happens because I'm paranoid, especially when I was younger. But like sometimes with a drunk thing, like for some reason, it's really important to you that this total stranger has no idea that you're fucked up. So you're trying so hard to be normal and trying so hard to engage with them at a normal level. So I talked to this guy for an hour and 45 minutes, and I don't get to sleep. And it's now like 3:00 in the morning, and we get to the airport, and the fucking guy, I just want to end this. So I'm like, yeah, this is me. I get out at the wrong fucking gate. So now I'm at the wrong gate at the fucking, I think it was Gatwick Airport or Manchester. No, it was Manchester. And then I fucking find my way to my gate. I go through security, and my flight keeps changing fucking gates. It keeps moving, and I'm hung over as I'm going through security. And the guy's like arguing with me about my fucking hair paste because he's like, "This is liquid," and I'm like, "I don't know, man." And he's like, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "Is that a choice? What do you mean?" And then he's like, "No." And I was like, "Throw it away. I'm fucking drunk then." So yeah, and it was just awful. So don't fucking get plastered and then get hungover at airports. That's the worst. Take mushrooms instead. Take mushrooms before you go to the airport.
If you have to make the choice. Although in England, being drunk at the airport, they must be like, yeah, the pilot's drunk, the like customers are drunk, like everybody's.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
No.
Why
that is Amazing.
You don't know your pilot's
I missed a flight one time. All my bad travel stories are involved with Toronto. I missed a flight one time from Toronto because I was hungover from the night before, and I'm convinced someone put something in my drink because I didn't drink excessively, but I left a couple times and then came back for a couple shots, and I got really effed.
That might happen.
It was crazy where I was vomiting and then I passed out.
I've been drunk before. I've been there, man. It's happened to me.
Yeah,
it sucks.
it's like you motherfuckers fucking my shit. So I missed my flight because of that.
That sucks.
This has been a lot of pretty heartbreaking travel stories. But
no fun,
I do want to end with bringing it back to sports. New basketball team. Now that's what I call a travel story, right? They're not dribbling between steps. That's traveling. It's time for a break. We will be back in a few minutes. Well, really less than a minute. See you right away.
What's up, everybody? My name is Chance Nichols, and I am the host of We Didn't Peak. It's a podcast where I interview people who don't suck. I mean, they're people who are chasing their dreams, and we talk about their lives, where they've been, where they're going. And look, you don't have to be chasing your dreams to not suck. I know plenty of cool people who hate their lives, all right? Boy, this is less an advertisement, more an insult. Okay, well, listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, and follow us on Instagram at We Didn't Peak.
And I think the stars are telling me that we have returned. We're back. We're back again. Should we just dive right in and spin the wheel?
I think we should. Now, the audience might be confused. Ray did not bring a segment. We're not mad. Like, we're not pissed about it, but, like, it is a first.
Yeah.
We did tell him he didn't have to, and then
we tell every guest they don't have to.
Yeah,
and
but everyone else has stepped up. Like,
Even famous TikToker Austin Archer.
Yeah, so it's not
also
a big
known as
deal,
Austin
but
Butler.
Ray sort of didn't do his homework, as it were. So
we also did tell him it was going to be on the show yesterday.
How about what happens when black and white sitcoms marry? An interracial marriage of black and white sitcoms.
This is genuinely
Play the cue, Kevin.
I had a couple bowls, and I'm like, hey, here's one.
That's actually called.
Hit the music, Kevin.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's no music.
There's no. Yeah, but what's your segment title? Do you have one? Interracial
sitcom marriages.
There we go.
Okay,
Perfect.
cool. So obviously Kramer is out. Let me think.
That's a segment, folks. That's a segment. Next. That's so good.
All right, let's.
Oh my god.
Spin the wheel, Kevin. Spin the wheel.
Yeah, okay.
Spin that wheel and move
it's
right
downhill
along.
from now, yeah?
Yeah.
Woo!
Just immediately.
When Kramer's out. Oh,
all right. This segment is Get Silly with It. Participants have to get a little sillier.
Is that the whole thing?
That's right. Everyone loosen up.
I just took a hoot. I did my part.
I'll do another hoot on my lung.
I feel like I'm an aristocratic lady.
Yeah, we're gonna both get higher, and Thomas is gonna get higher status.
I've become quite a card in the last few minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh man, this is.
I'm the weed, Kevin.
Have you ever smoked weed?
Stop. Have I ever smoked weed? I have.
Yeah.
But not often because I get anxious.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember the first time you've ever smoked weed? Why am I asking the questions? I'm not the fucking host here.
Well,
anyways,
Kevin's pretty checked out, so yeah, we need someone to keep it going here.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you smoked weed? Was it a good experience? Who were you with? You don't have to name names.
Time, yeah, I was. It happened after. It was late in life after I moved to.
I have to say,
America.
I'm vaguely jealous that I wasn't a part of this. Vaguely.
Yeah, and I was with some like improv people, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just see what happens. And it was fine, but I definitely like ended the night feeling very self-conscious about all of my interactions with people. I was like, I was talking too much. That was bad. I feel worried that it was just like a weird thing. So I don't know.
Like I've noticed that people who don't smoke or choose not to smoke is because that they've had that experience where they're paranoid. It makes them paranoid.
Yeah.
And I've been paranoid absolutely on weed.
Oh, yeah.
But it's something where I'm like, I'm going to tough through this and keep smoking this for the rest of my life.
I've heard that too.
You know what I mean?
No, it is sort of a fight. Like it is. I used
like,
to,
yeah, it makes you anxious, but it's fucking worth it.
Yeah, honestly, like a little. Well, it makes you paranoid, but
it's like opening night parties. Fuck, it's the worst.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's like, oh, come celebrate after doing only one of this marathon that you have to perform right away.
Gosh.
Yeah. But no, yeah. Like I think that like that paranoia. I remember like I used to DJ a lot at nightclubs, and when I would do that. Near the very end of my DJing phase, I would kind of do a lot of it when I was stoned, and I found that it was way worse because stupidly, I would go to clubs and play music, and I don't give a shit what people are thinking about me in the night. I was a little bit older than a lot of the DJs there, so I was just there to have fun and listen to the music in a very loud way.
Kevin, sorry, can you tell this story a little sillier? I feel you're not honoring
So I'm
the
out
segment.
in the club and I'm having like a wild time, but it's like a tame wild time, and I'm just vibing.
Oh, go on.
Oh yeah, I will. And so when I'm having this silly little time in the club, blaring my music and stuff, I can't remember where the story is going because I'm so
Ray, be silly, quick. Ray, do something silly.
I don't know, silly. I've never done silly before, so that's what I'm going to get.
Silly's fun. No, and anyway, I used to be like, oh man, all these fucking people know I'm high. And I used to think that was like a big deal. And then I was like, so what? Like, who the fuck cares? And that was like the moment when I started to kind of get through it. But I still, I don't like the idea of someone knowing that I've smoked weed ever in my life sometimes still. Like, it's
this
something
podcast is a testament to the opposite.
I just mean like in conversation I get paranoid about it. Not like yeah. You know, if anybody like really looks into this, they're going to be like, "Oh shit, this is what this guy does." I always wonder if I have like a staff member or something who's just like this is what my boss does all the time, like, you know.
They're just like, well, at least he's not on coke like every other restaurant owner.
Yeah, so, that is true. Yeah,
this is a relief for me. Yeah,
it is prevalent.
That's fair. That's fair. I remember the first time I smoked weed. Yeah, it was in high school. I went out with a couple guys on a spare, and we went to the north end of Winnipeg, which is kind of like, I don't know how far this broadcasts, but that's like ghetto. That's ghetto. You got West End, you got North End. That's ghetto. Yeah. So we went to this place and we got our weed. It's probably ditch weed, who knows? And I smoked this shit and go back to school, and I have this intramural hockey game at lunch. I'm like, all right, I got to play this hockey game. I go there, and two of us, the top leading scorers on the same team.
You're quite the athlete at this point.
I was pretty good at intramural hockey, floor hockey, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Plastic blades, yeah. I'm all about that.
Hey, man, that's more of an athlete than I am. Fuck,
so I got clout. So any which way, we're playing this game, and I just fall on my face. And I'd lay there. It was probably about 10 seconds, but it felt like a minute. And I gave up weed for a long time after that.
Sure.
Because at that point, I was like, I can't handle this. This is too much for me. So I get it.
Yeah.
No, it's true. It's true.
I feel like getting stoned right before playing like a complex physical sport is maybe not like the most ideal environment
for the first time ever in life.
Yeah.
I like
like a full contact sport.
I tried
like
I tried
in the
circuit
face.
training for the first time, and I was fucking ripped when I did it. I was so high, and fuck, you know, it kind of worked. Because I did it. It fucking sucked. It was like one of the worst experiences, but I forgot all about it immediately after. Like, because I was so fucking high, it just didn't matter that it all happened. Like, it was all very in the moment. So it was kind of nice, but I'm not sure the science is out on that. Like, I don't think it's, is it good to exercise stoned? I don't know.
I took a Tylenol PM and ran a decathlon.
How'd that go?
I'm still working on it. I haven't finished yet.
Yeah, he's on step 8. Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were going
to figure out, like, don't you have to, like, fence in the middle or something? Gotta get my gear together.
Yeah. You're trying to get your rapier ready.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a rapier. What do they call it?
It's for fencing.
An épée is the word, I believe.
That's it.
That's right.
He's pulling out the class again, eh? He's pulling out the class.
Yeah, well, he knows because he's the one doing it. Should we spin the wheel again, T?
That was pretty silly.
Oh, God.
Very silly, very silly. Yes.
Very silly, very silly.
What's about an English accent that makes shit silly? I don't know. Is it because we think they're goofy?
It's just a goofy country. Everyone there is fucking drunk on airplanes.
I agree with that.
All the pilots and shit. Thomas, you ready for the wheel?
Let's spin it. Woo! This feels like a segment we've done before. Freestyle. Willing participants must freestyle on generated subjects, either from online or participants.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Like with a beat?
We
Like
normally don't because the synchronized beat is very hard on the podcast.
Yeah,
so
I get you.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Historically, we've done this in a meek way.
Gotcha.
Where we sort of hesitantly say a couple of rhymes and then pass it off to the next person.
All right,
However,
so it's like
this time we're going to go hard. That all ends today.
Yeah, I think we gotta lean. We gotta be silly. We gotta lean in.
Oh,
right?
a silly freestyle. That's it.
Silly freestyle.
Wow, y'all challenging me.
Sorry, Ray.
That's fine. That's fine.
Ray, how do you feel about rhyming or improv or any of this stuff?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's
Great.
do it.
Okay.
Like I've never done it. I'm not a rapper. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what
I'm
happens.
not Kanye.
Sure.
Yo, I remember one time.
Thank God.
I remember one time in university, Kevin and I were talking about MCs. I'm like, yo, Kanye doesn't impress me, man. Kanye doesn't impress me, this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
So then, over the years, I always remember that statement. And about 3-4 years ago, I'm like, you know what? Kevin's right, man. This guy's brilliant. He has lyrics and shit. And then now I'm like, bro, you see?
Yeah.
How dare you convert me to... You saw his tweet about... You saw his tweet about how he watched a Jonah Hill movie and now he likes Jews, and you're like, okay, this guy's actually got some bars, man.
Yeah. Ray, I've got this really great book I hope you read soon called Mein Kampf. It's fantastic. Oh, man.
This guy goes DEFCON 3 on the bars.
You couldn't have known, Kevin. You couldn't have known that he was a motherfucker. You couldn't have known.
There's at least one fucking racist conspiracy theorist was totally right about Kanye West, but there's only one.
I think you've got to be a little bit of like a true sociopath to be a great rapper. Like to have that level of narcissistic belief in yourself. Like you do need to be out of touch with the reality. So it went too far, but for a while.
Yeah.
The talented guy.
Yeah, that's true.
right.
Said that, and because I'm high, I immediately started reflecting on my own participation in the hip hop music community, and was like, I'm sitting here like, fuck, man, like just thinking about my own sociopathic tendencies.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I like if you could do that like zoom effect on the window with this, where it looks like I'm not moving, but I'm moving. That's how my brain just felt. But yeah,
Kevin, when we first met, you were like, you gotta get into Chris Brown, man. He's my favorite.
You almost got a spit take out of
The next wave.
Going for it.
Yeah, I almost did, but I know that Corona can't be spit out. I gotta drink that.
Yeah. You need every fucking drop to get through.
You don't drink a bottle of that size and waste any of it.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. I'm on a journey here.
Okay, so we got a freestyle.
Let's get a random suggestion generator, or maybe a random celebrity generator.
Okay.
Just to mix it up a little bit.
Is this AI?
Are you
Is
on the
this
hunt for
AI?
that, T?
I can do it. Yeah. I'm ready.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone's favorite actor, David Giantoli, Detective Nick Burkhart from Grimm. Let's do it again.
I don't think so. Yeah. I don't know.
If this is based on celebrities, I'm
man.
screwed.
Yeah.
We did get Sean Combs, Diddy.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay. Freestyling about Diddy.
Or
I remember
let me
him.
find another one. We've got Julius Caesar.
Okay.
We've got Aaron Rodgers. Maybe that can be for you, Ray.
Oh.
Aaron Rodgers
And I'll
is
rap
a
about
football player.
Penn
Yeah.
Gillette.
Okay, so who am I rapping about? Sorry?
You can do either Diddy or who is the other person I said?
Penn Gillette?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I'll do.
Yeah.
I
gotta do
Diddy.
Aaron Rodgers. I'm
I'll
screwed.
do Diddy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just go around the horn. We'll be as silly as possible.
How many bars?
Yeah.
Just whatever you're comfortable with.
Oh, you might get one.
That's perfect. Yeah, no, it's an A rhyme. There's no AA. It's just
Okay. Should I just start?
yeah, go for it, Kevin. Silly as you can be.
I bought 6 beers, then I knocked 2 back, then I knocked another 2 back, gave them to my friend. You know what he did? He really killed Tupac. Yes, he did. His name is really silly. It's kind of like Diddy. I think it's not nice because his hair's not gritty. It's always combed, like Sean. Oh no, I'm wrong to say these things about this man. He's an entertainment mogul. Yes, I can take him to task if I want to do it because I don't think he'll ever hear this music. That's Diddy.
Very good. Nice work.
Let the MC go first. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Ray, I need to hear your bars about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know where to start with this dude. Aaron Rodgers. He's a phenom, always bringing his game, always got his meat on to treat on, eating them mushrooms, going to the Zoom. He's coming to the back room, coming from the darkness, bringing the light. He's gonna bring his shit to New York, yo, it's a fight. He's a weirdo. It don't matter, cause it don't fear, though. He brings his game on Sunday. I got no more rhymes. That's
That was pretty good, man. That was pretty good.
I'm a slow rhymer, eh? I'm a slow rhymer.
I don't know anything about Aaron Rodgers, so I was like, that was perfect. To me, I have a perfect picture of the man.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
And now it's my turn. So
yeah.
please don't fret. It's time for me to rhyme about Penn Gillette.
Oh
This
my
man
God.
rides on a magic school bus and he has a TV show called Fool Us. Did you know that this man is sick? He can do an amazing card trick. And when Ray was rapping, I was a relaxer. The thing I know about Aaron Rodgers is he's an anti-vaxxer.
Bro, that's good noise. That's
The
good
voice.
noise.
The
Truly
voice.
excruciating. Was it?
Yeah.
If you need to lower the
Torturous
levels.
audio, to be honest with
I
you.
love it, man. We gotta set a beat to all them.
Oh man, I'm gonna drop that on I'm gonna send that to Diddy, and we'll see if we can get him to produce us as a super group.
What is that dude up to? Is he even producing any music now?
I don't know. What is Diddy doing?
Have you guys seen that Joaquin Phoenix movie where he
Yes.
loses his mind and works with Diddy? It's very
Have you
funny.
seen it, Ray?
What?
It's fucking
No.
great.
When does this come
man,
out?
I think it's called I'm Still Here.
I'm Still Here. It's like a mockumentary, though. It was when
It
Joaquin
was directed
Phoenix
by Casey Affleck.
Was
which
this
is-
the
yeah.
monumental interview that he had with Letterman, where he did it in character?
Yes.
I have not watched that, but
Oh, man,
I saw
it's
that
really
interview
good.
live.
There's a
Genuinely
scene
very funny.
there's a scene with Diddy that's very funny where he's
Yes.
Joaquin is trying to get his album made and it's great.
He's just showing him this fucking horrible music.
I gotta watch it.
Diddy's seriously sitting there he's trying to vibe to it and it's not working. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, cool. T, should we hit it one more time?
Yeah, let's do one more for good
y'all,
luck. Let's
I
spin
still
that
haven't
wheel.
heard y'all do a mashup of interracial sitcoms, man.
Oh shit. Well,
Wait,
that's true.
You
I thought-
what I said was satisfying, and you wanted to move on, but I can definitely go back. Let's round it out with this. We're gonna honor
That's
Ray's
true.
segment.
Yes.
by-
Interracial sitcoms.
Yeah,
We'll knock it out of the park this time.
I haven't thought of one yet, so this is gonna be fresh.
yeah. I'm trying to think of names of sitcoms.
Do y'all know 227? Oh, that's too old for y'all, right?
227. No.
227 was a comedy where old black people would talk on a stoop and talk about.
Okay.
No, y'all don't know that.
No.
Okay, never mind.
One of my favorite things. Speaking of sitcoms, this is just a memory I have.
Thomas
and
is
it's
like, what the fuck is a stoop?
Yeah.
What? You mean a porch, right?
So you do know a stoop. Don't fuck with me. You do know a stoop. He's been in Chicago long enough.
Like a pigeon?
Yeah.
Oh man. One of my favorite memories of old sitcoms is that it was like one of my earliest. Speaking of freestyles, this ties kind of a bunch of these things together. Actually, we were Thomas. This is like the show that you and I met and became friends in, and that Megan directed. Actually, Departures and Arrivals, where you and I first met and became friends, was the second show I ever did at the Black Hole. The first one I did being with Ray, actually, the year before that, in a lunch bag called Lucid.
Fuck Kevin.
Yeah, exactly. That was the fun catchphrase from the cast. It was just fuck me. But Thomas, so you and I met and we would freestyle sometimes to warm up before the show. We would kind of get in the theater and we would like freestyle back and forth. And for one of the first times I remember just like fully keeling over laughing with you is we were doing it and then we were rapping about sitcoms and you were like, when I'm in the mood for something serious, I watch Sanford and Son. And like the line, like, when I'm in the mood for something serious, I watch Sanford and Son.
That's just where the rhyme lines up and the ideas haven't yet.
I've never watched this show, but
okay, I've kind of got one. It's not amazing, but you've heard of 30 Rock. This is 30 Boondock. And it's the Boondocks and 30 Rock combined.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've never watched Boondocks. That's like
Kung
it's
pretty
Fu.
good. I like Boondocks.
Yeah. It's they still make that show?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I feel like it only had a few seasons. I don't think it lasted that long. I think it's likely that something like this would actually get made soon. So I think I'm gonna mash up. It's Everybody Loves Urkel, and I think it's.
I was just thinking of Everybody Hates Chris was already kind of.
Oh yeah,
so
that is
a
exactly
crossover one. Yeah.
But Everybody Loves Urkel. Like I can just imagine the actor who plays Urkel, kind of maybe he's hard up. You know, we're going through a tough time recession wise, and he's like, I need a new contract. So he goes to Netflix, and they make him a show. I think I think it happens. I don't know what the guy's name is who played him. I can't remember his name.
Jaleel White.
Yes, Jaleel White. That's
man.
He's honestly probably doing fine.
He had a resurgence on social media, I'm sure, like every 90s sitcom star.
Yeah, shout out to Jaleel White. Sorry for implying you might be broke.
You stole half of my idea, man. I was going to go with Alf and Family Matters.
Oh, shit.
And
that's
Urkel and Alf would be battling over the attention of Laura. But son of a
the
gun.
idea of an alien, like trying to go toe to toe with like a fuzzy alien.
Exactly.
Someone's affection.
And it'll be like a mirror onto the black family. It's while you're not accepting this alien, it's the same way that you believe you're not accepted by society. And it'd be a continual,
You just Jordan Peeled the fuck out of this pitch.
Oh,
you turned it into like a.
I can make that shit scary. Don't worry.
Yeah, you turned it into like a much more deeper thing. Yeah,
than it needed to be.
Yeah, this comedian that I love, Jeffrey James, who has some podcasts that I'm a big fan of. He just is like making his television debut on a sitcom called The Neighborhood, and I was like, oh, I'm curious as to what this is. So I like looked up this show, The Neighborhood, and it's a Cedric the Entertainer centered sitcom. It's sort of it's a multi-camera sitcom, and in a set in house, and the whole premise of the show is that it's like a black family living in a black suburb in Los Angeles, and then a white family moves next door, and it makes like Cedric uncomfortable and his friends uncomfortable. But the show's been running for 4 4 seasons, which truly feels like the thinnest premise. Like,
That's
I feel like you
a long time.
Yeah, I was like, how the fuck do they still have shit to do?
Oh my god!
So I don't know. And the trailer for the episode also is pretty much the entire first episode, just with all the fat cut out of it. Like it just walks you through, because it doesn't want its viewers to be like, wait, this potentially like scary idea won't self-resolve well, you know? So you have to like, it has to make you like feel safe watching the sitcom very quickly. Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with the Jeffersons?
Yep.
I would like to see
Moving
Alf
on.
and the Jeffersons actually,
Sure.
so I can fly away from your family matters.
Weren't those coming out like around the same time?
Not at all. The Jeffersons were like 70s into the 80s.
Oh, right.
And
Alf
Alf was
late
like
80s.
80s into like 90s and shit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, never mind.
I like to see how George Jefferson would react to an alien. We'll see.
Yeah, even Mork and Mindy. Like, what if Mork shows up on the Jeffersons
Robin
doorstep?
Williams. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. He would close the door.
if
Episode 1 done.
just shuts the door on him.
Yeah,
Abbott Elementary
nanu.
was
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Nope.
What if Abbott Elementary was a private school? Wouldn't that be good? It's just like a Catholic school for white kids, and I don't know.
That sounds like all of them.
Yeah.
It's just Pemberton and other shows like that, I assume. I haven't watched any of those shows that are like about like the affluent rich people that are from the past. I only like watching Succession, which is about like shitty rich people now.
Are you caught up, Kevin?
Oh yeah. Are you?
Yes. Very
Are you,
crazy.
Ray? Do you
I don't
watch
know the
Succession?
show.
Oh,
We can't
man.
discuss
You can't
it. It's
spoil
too
No,
intense,
it's
but
far too far
yes.
too intense and far too real. But like, it's
Okay.
it's a brilliant show. You need to watch it.
Better than The Wire?
It's not better than The Wire, but it's very good. It's very
Yeah.
It's like it's definitely like in my top 5, probably top 6 or 7. But it's great, and The Wire is at the top of that list. So,
Do you guys have like a definitive top 3 of TV shows that you like?
ooh, that's a good question.
I have to put The Simpsons at number 1. That's always been like my most, it impacted me the most. But I really love Mad Men, and I really love The Sopranos. Are probably
Yeah, I was
the
gonna
other
say
two.
The Sopranos is probably up in there. The Wire's up in there. And I think perhaps Atlanta I really like. I really like it. Although Atlanta is not completed, whereas the other ones are, obviously, so that feels a little.
How was the new season? It started being like episodic, and I stopped watching it.
I actually haven't started the new season, so it's
Okay.
I don't even know. It's one of my favorite shows, and I haven't had time to commit to it yet. But
Sheesh.
I've been watching through it. A little while ago, I was watching through it again with Kara. It's so good. It's such a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Ray? What about you? You got three prestige TVs?
It probably.
Or any.
I think they're all sitcoms. It'd probably be The Office,
It's a good one.
Seinfeld, and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It's hard
Yeah.
to.
Curb Your
those are-
Enthusiasm is so good.
Extras
Yeah,
comes in
it's-
at a close.
Actually,
Yeah.
those are very good too.
But I really
Is your
do love
Office-
Curb Your
Is your
Enthusiasm.
Office the UK or the US?
It's the US one, actually.
Yeah. I mean, they're both
Until
very good.
season like 5, 6, then it starts wearing on me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of when Andy takes over as the boss. I think it fucks
Sure.
it all up, so I'm done with that. But any which way.
Yeah,
those are
I
the
mean,
shows
The
I go
Office
to.
is like it's like comfort TV for so many people that
Yeah.
I've been exposed. I've watched through. I think every time I think I've seen every episode of that show because somebody I know or live with or date has been watching it.
Yeah.
There's always another episode I didn't know. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, but yeah,
I am convinced, or maybe there's proof out there, that there's like new cuts that Netflix releases with little bits that weren't before. Because there's new stuff I see. I'm like, that wasn't in the last one. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know.
I think sometimes they will edit the length of episodes. Like Simpsons episodes on Disney Plus get jokes cut out of them sometimes.
yeah.
So it can be a weird thing like that, and then maybe they get put back in.
Mhm.
This has been
TV.
good. Despite
Are you saying that hesitantly? This has been good.
Well,
Good.
Like,
I don't know how you felt going into this, Ray. I wasn't optimistic. But
If
it
you
turned
recall,
out,
yeah, I believe we stated pretty early on that it's usually not like it usually doesn't like we have a tendency to make negative energy fill the air, and I will say it doesn't feel quite negative in here.
we've had a few laughs, we've had a few memories, and now it's time to say goodbye.
Right.
But thank our guest, Ray. And why don't you tell our audience a little bit about your podcast?
And where they can find it.
Yeah, Ray and Benny talk sports. We talk sports. We talk a lot of Winnipeg stuff. We talk fun. Me and Benny and I, whatever the proper way is, who gives a fuck? We've known each other for like a quarter century plus. And it's not about guys who are analysts or professionals, journalists, whatever in sports. We're just two dudes who appreciate each other's company, and we like to fucking jam and talk about hometown sports and Winnipeg love, and we give shout out to Winnipeg athletes. So that's what I'm up to that way. And you know, I'm always working the Winnipeg theater scene, so shout out to the Winnipeg theater scene that I love so much.
Yeah, amazing. By the time this comes out, I'm going to plug that tickets are on sale. If you want to see me do something more professional and serious, you can see me act in a production of Arthur Miller's amazing American drama All My Sons, which is being directed by Thomas's father, George Tolles. Tickets are on sale for that.
Maybe we should have him on.
We should bring your dad on.
You haven't had your dad on yet?
We need to bring your dad on. That'll be our top episode, man.
That's disappointing. Really?
Yeah.
I've not gone through your archives. I assumed.
Yeah, no, we will do it.
What are the dates on that? So I put it in my calendar.
It's the 24th to the 29th. And you can get tickets at linkin.bio/the28th minute. linkin.bio/the28th minute. And you can come get tickets May 24th to 28th, the Rachel Brown Theater. It's going to be fucking incredible. Our cast is so good. I'm so excited. Anyway,
just to overload on plugs, as I said, check me out if you're in Chicago in Drunk Debates and Spider Ben. Both of those are opening soon, or they just opened. But reach out if you want to get tickets. And Ray, I'm sure you've heard this joke a billion times, but Benny and the Jets, was that ever a thought for the name of the podcast?
Yeah, but then you'd be neglecting Ray and the Bombers and NFL. And shitty NBA basketball. Focus. Yeah, so exactly. It's not all about Benny and the Jets.
The gift we've given you, Ray, is that you can now cut this piece of the podcast out and just play it for people.
Yeah,
when they say that to you, and you'll be fine.
Let me do a little more promo then, because I'm doing the prom in Winnipeg. You know, I'm not a musical guy. I just got into musicals, and now I've fallen in love with performing in them. So come check out the prom by Dry Cold Productions, May 16th to 21st. Mm-hmm. If you're in Winnipeg.
I got to see you in a musical. I saw you in The Wizard of Oz. You were fantastic.
I was a wizard, man.
Yeah, you were whizzing around.
I ran that joint.
Yeah, the whole Oz of it all.
And then I left those motherfuckers in the dirt in my balloon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye, motherfucker.
Yeah. See you, munchkins.
Ray, can we get to close out the pod a check on that big Corona? We got pretty far.
Oh shit! Here, you can finish it while I do this. If you're listening at home and you have a segment you'd like us to try, check out the link in our description here and send us segment suggestions. We got some. We've added them to the wheel, so they are in there. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and say hello down below. You can follow the show on social media. Holy shit, he did it!
End the meeting.
Holy shit! Too bad we don't get to finish the plugs. Bye, everyone. That's the show.
Y'all. Peace.